Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this special time together on Wednesday night. Religious Science in Depth. We've been calling it Religious Science in Depth for a whole lot of years, and to inform everyone, we are about to, in July, celebrate our 46th anniversary here in Fremont. 46 years in one pulpit. And for 46 years, on Sunday, Wednesday, all my classes I've taught, all the seminars I've done all over the world, and I have celebrated the fact that I have had the opportunity to do seminars everywhere from Amsterdam, England, Tahiti. What a great time that was. And if I go back and look at all of it, I began to realize that every time I've had the opportunity to teach what I dedicated my life to teach, what I'm teaching is life at its best is what? It is your life, my life, it's everyone's life. So, as the Master Teacher taught, it's done unto us as we believe. This is why with all thy getting, get the understanding. Understanding of what? Of the truth of yourself. And what is that truth? That truth, my friends, is the realization that because you are made in the image and likeness of what? Of infinite love. Because you're made in the image and likeness of infinite love, what does that create as cause, as understanding? What does that cause set in motion? Well, what it does is it allows you and me and everyone, as we raise our consciousness, to begin to think from the new level of thinking, to rethink everything we thought, and allow ourselves to see life from love, not just about love, from truth, from principle. So what happens when we do this? It allows us to realize that what we're doing 24/7 is partaking of the divine principle. I've quoted Dr. Bitzer a number of times, who, along with Ernest Holmes and all of the wonderful great teachers, Dr. Craig Carter, all of them, who are teaching principle at the level of principle. They are teaching, or they have taught, and I have taught, and all New Thought teachers, whether it's religious science, CSL, Unity, Divine Science, Anton, Associated New Thought Network, and all those wonderful people are teaching principle. What does the great Emerson Institute teach? It teaches the lessons of Ralph Waldo Emerson, who pointed out that we are what we think about all day long. Dr. Ernest Holmes pointed out that we need to think about what we think about. He said everybody thinks, but few people think about what they think about. So our challenge is to think about what we think about and realize that we are partaking of the divine principle always. Why? Because we are mind in action, acting through law. Mind in action, acting through law. Say that in first person. I am mind in action, acting through law. Now, what happens when we realize this? When we realize this, we begin to take charge of ourselves. We begin to direct ourselves and stop being directed by the world around us. What are we told? Be not conformed to the world, be transformed by the renewing of our mind. You see, this allows us to flow forward in a beautiful way. This allows us to use the unlimited field of thought, knowing that law acts upon our thinking and produces an equivalent of it as our life experience. You see, this is what the great, the good, the wise of the age have taught, both East and West. The New Thought teaching is really the oldest religious or spiritual idea on the planet. The higher you go in every religion on the planet, the closer all of them begin to sound alike. Why? Because they are alike in truth. It's just the way throughout the age people have tried to explain this truth to themselves. And again, the higher people go in consciousness, the simpler it becomes. See, always keep in mind, if you're studying New Thought and you're beginning to embody the lessons of New Thought, you find yourselves moving into simplicity, not complication. Dr. Ernest Holmes, when he allowed religious science to become a religion, a church, back in 1947, pointed out at that time that we need to get beyond dogma, creed, ceremony, ritual. See, it's not the ritual we practice or the symbol we wear around our neck that's important. It's what we do with the understanding of the principle behind the symbol we're wearing around our neck. And when we begin to think in this way from truth, we begin to realize a freedom we've never known before. We begin to realize that we are creating our own experience daily, 24/7. We're realizing that the power of creative thought is the gift that came with us when we arrived here. You are what you think about all day long. So join with me this evening. No matter what your religious background is, and choose to free yourself into a higher definition of self. This is why in the first step of spiritual mind treatment, as taught in religious science, there is one life, it's God, it is our life. That's my life, that's your life. So right now, know that you are living and moving and having your being from a new understanding. Know with me this evening that the beautiful moves through you as thought and speech when you refer to yourself and when you refer to anybody else, any person, any place, anything. You see, one loving life is all there is. And no person, place, or thing can exist outside of it. Why? Because there is no outside. You hear me? There is no outside. Now, believing this and thinking from what you say you believe, you begin to realize and say to yourself daily, infinite love, infinite life is my life. I now move from belief to faith. You see, believing in infinite love as you allows you to move from belief to faith, which is to know. And when you do this, you begin to progress. And when you progress, you begin to realize that you are progressing through this new day, whatever it is. Just try it tomorrow. See how good you feel tomorrow night. As you move through the new day tomorrow and every new day, do it in a joyous and constructive way, because you're going to be constructive whether you know you are or not. So why not construct something wonderful and beautiful and healthy and happy? So this evening, Wednesday night, I would like you to make this worth your time tonight to be with me, to explore these ideas and to let go and let yourself translate any limited idea of yesterday into what? Into the healthy conditions and experiences of today. So let's know tonight that we are setting new cause in motion. That by right of consciousness, good and greater good is the truth of our being, therefore the wonder of our way. Allow yourself to be teachable. And teachability means that you empty your cup of false beliefs and free yourself into the unlimited belief of the infinity of divine intelligence that made you out of itself. Be teachable. Let go of concepts of unhappiness and reasons for them. Let go of fear. Let go of insecurity. And let life at its best. At its best. Fill your mind. Fill your body. Fill your world. Embrace everyone around you and move forward with an understanding of the wonderful word Namaste, and say to the world around you and everyone in it, the God in me greets the God in you. And let's get ourselves beyond any doubt or fear existing in our home, our work, our play, our city, our state, our country, our world. There's only one life, it's God, it's everyone, everywhere. And the more we understand that, the more we let go and let that understanding greet itself in everything and everyone around us. Good and greater good. It's good enough to be true. Let life at its best, my dear friends, be your life. Namaste. Thank you for spending this time with me tonight. I would like to remind you that if we were at Wednesday night at our wonderful Religious Science Center in Fremont, Union City, and Newark in Northern California, that at this point we'd be passing the basket. So we're, as I've been saying on these Wednesdays and Sunday broadcasts, we're going to pass the metaphysical basket and ask you for your support and love. For our center, we've had to lock the doors for almost a year and a half now. And we will celebrate if it's $1 or $1,000, we love you and we appreciate your love and donation and support for our wonderful center who, for 46 years now, has been here in Northern California, serving our community and expressing the truth shared in all of the New Thought teaching, Unity, Divine Science, Religious Science, all teaching the awareness of oneness and how to live from it and not just know about it. Know as it knows. And thank you for your love and support. And now, my friends, let us go within. As we close this evening, let us in love and joy understand our oneness and affirm from it. Knowing as we think from unlimited possibility, we look for answers, not reasons for problems. And the answers we find begin to free us into a new understanding of self and therefore our world. We are love in action, and we let the love within us greet the love in the people, places, and things in our world. We bless the life of everyone. and know that blessing returns to us, pressed down and overflowing. We give greater good and receive the same way. And as a result, health is enhanced, happiness enhanced, prosperity, joy, opportunity, and the magnificent understanding of truth enhanced. And we celebrate the result of doing it. For in truth, the result is already so. And it's wonderful. Full of wonder, full of light. And that's the way it is, was, and shall be in the now of forever. Love is blessing us. Namaste. Thank you for sharing this time tonight.